What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Drew Report. I'll just get right into things. It was a bye week for the Pats, so a little bit boring. Coming up in a Pittsburgh game, which is always fun. I always love watching them beat the crap out of those guys. Very strange week. The scores weren't as big as they usually were. I think with all the teams we have this year and all the extra roster spot, everybody's really getting hurt by the bye weeks, especially me. Stud of the week, though, was Dave McNeil, La Flama Blanca, beating Ashley's All-Pros Eric Plunkett 121-71. Very, very big game by Arian Foster, 41 points. Very, very big game by DeMarco Murray, 31 points, and that's really all that mattered. He got 70 points out of those two. That's really all he needed. Those two would have equaled what Eric got. EP, Calvin Johnson had a big game. Josh Freeman had a okay game. Actually, Matt Stafford for Davey didn't do as much as he usually does. Davey could have put up way more than this week. Let's look at their benches. Santoshenko was on Davey's bench. He might, he could have gotten a few more points out of him. You might actually consider him for next week. So, good game by Davey. It's 4-3 now. EP is 3-4. This is going to be a big week for EP, and I'll get into that in a minute. Let's see here. Who else did well? Donkey Punch Fuji beating Andrew 102-87. Let's see here. Drew Brees, 43 points. Huge for Fuji. Mike Wallace, 18 points. Kicker, Ryan Longwell, 12 points. San Diego's D, 12 points. Kickers and defense, I don't know what it is. Plaxico Burress had 3 touchdowns and 20 points. 25 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's crazy. It's just a crazy, stupid number. Talk about only going to him in the end zone. He'll probably be seeing Fuji's starting lineup soon. He was on his bench. Andrew Metchab, alright game. Ryan Terrain, -5 yards. Jimmy Graham, 17 points. Hugh Smith, 15 points. Actually, Andrew left some points in his bench with Jonathan Stewart and Ben Tate. It wasn't going to help. He wasn't going to win this game, but, it's close enough, actually. He probably could have. He came within about 15 points. A couple of different moves, and he might have been able to win this one. But Andrew's really got to start paying some more attention. I hope he gets on there and starts doing some trades or some pickups, things like that. Lizard Kings had a big week, defeating Danielle's double TDs, 117.5 to 83.3. Let's see how Dave and Danielle did. Dave started Kevin Cobb, who got 22 points, not bad. AP 23, Michael Turner 12, Greg Jennings 20, Antonio Gates 11. His kicker Sean Sweetsum, I think that is 14. Nice week by Dave. Green Bay's D, only 6 points. Let's see. For Danielle, Tony Romo 18 points. That's really it. Excuse me. Des Bryant 15, her kicker 13. Oh, Ben Roethlisberger 32 points in her bench. I really wouldn't have. Couldn't have helped. Must make you feel better, Danielle. You wouldn't have won anyway, but a few extra points is a few extra points. Dave left Darren Sproles on his bench for 22 points. That would have been really big. Darren Sproles is really doing a lot this year. I might have to talk about a trade for Darren Sproles with Dave. We'll have to talk about that. Wow, this is a close one. I didn't even realize that. Team Punishment beating Lemonade and Brownies 84.3 to 83.4, less than a point. Holy cow. Cam Newton 28 points. Cam Newton's gotta be the next top scoring quarterback after Aaron Rodgers. I gotta guess. Tom Brady, I know, hasn't been putting up as big a numbers because he's had a bit of a tough schedule, but that's been really big. Anquan Bolden 10 points. New Orleans defense 17 points. So a decent week for Chris. Kevin, another guy, got all his points out of his kicker and defense. 18 points from Mason Crosby, 16 out of the Houston defense. Mike Tolbert got 11, not much else. On the benches, Matt Ryan, 17 points. Matt Ryan, really just a so-so year. Chris left no points in his bench, so decent week for both guys considering that it was a bye. Let's see. The N-words, Jay, 94, beating Mike, 2 in the pick, 1 in the stink, 94-80. Jay, all Tebow all day. Tebow, 26 points. I think he had like 3 points going into that fourth quarter. 2 passing touchdowns, a 2-point conversion. 2 passing touchdowns, 161 passing yards. That's just hilarious that he got those points all in the last quarter. Matt Forte is just a beast this year, 24 points. That's really all there is to say. Mike got 22 points out of Marcus Colston. Colston had a huge game. Wish I never traded him. And neither of them left anything on their bench because of the buys. That who's the kick in the dick of the week? Let's figure that out. I didn't even realize that. I think it might have been... Oh, it was Andrew. It was all champion. 87 points. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, 87 points, all champion. Wow, that's a really low kick in the dick. I didn't call that a kick in the dick. You score 87 points, you don't really deserve to win. And that brings us up to the dud of the week. And the reverse kick in the dick. This is like doing something else to the dick. Pickle Smokers, the lowest winning score. He would have lost to any other team but me. And that doesn't happen too often. Tommy, I had the opportunity. I lose to him 68-58. Unbelievable. Just talk about giving up a golden opportunity with Tommy scoring 68 points and he still doesn't lose. He beats me. I don't know what to say. If I had started Mark Sanchez instead of Matt Hasselbeck, I would have won handily. That just is what it is. Mark Sanchez got 25 points. I didn't start him. Matt Hasselbeck got 6. Shard Choice got me negative yards. Maurice Jones-Drew had a fumble. I thought he had 3 fumbles. They must not have charged him with all of them. He got me 8 points because Jacksonville did absolutely nothing. Roddy White got me 11. That's about it. Oh, wow. Just nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. What a terrible week. Tommy, another terrible week. Aaron Rodgers got him 32 points, but, man, that is it. That is it. Very poor performance by me. Poor performance by Tommy. Can't believe that just out of a mistake, I just figured Matt Hasselbeck having a better year than Mark Sanchez and going against not as good a team in Houston as the Jets were in going against San Diego. But I don't know. It's been a weird year. So that's it for the games. This week's a big week coming up. Let's take a look at the standings. I've dropped 2 games in a row, so I know in the married division I'm really low. Wow. Out of the 6 teams in the married division, I'm in first place still, but the next 4 after me are all 1 game behind me. So if I lose and any of them win, any of them could take over first place, depending on the points they score. Kevin's in last place, but he's only a game behind them. Tommy's still 7-0. So embarrassing that he didn't lose this week. And that was with most of his buys, so this is he's probably going to be tough to beat after this. Fuji, 5-2 in second place. Davey's got the same record as me. That division's wide open too. Dave or Danielle could move up this week if Davey loses. Just a very, very wide open league. So that brings me to the mailbag. I only have 1 mailbag question this week, and it's from Jay. And he says, mailbag, just think of it. If Tebow continued his sucky play throughout the whole game, Sims would have beat me easily. It's Tebow time. Anyone want to trade for him? So that's actually not that out of the realm of possibility, Jay. I mean, maybe somebody has a really bad quarterback and might want to take a chance on Tebow. Because with a guy that can run like that and run into the end zone, you're in the red zone, and if they're going to score, the odds of Tebow being the one that does it between a run-in or a throw is just really big. So he could end up being a decent fantasy quarterback. He would also like me to ask Sims how Tebow's ass tastes. So it's a big, the ass tasting thing is a big, long-standing joke in the JFL. So that's it, everybody. Looking forward to this week coming up. It's going to be a very pivotal week. Hope everybody remembers that the whole league is invited to Dave Bowman's house on Sunday for the Pittsburgh game. Going to be a lot of possibilities for trades if anybody's around early. And I'll see you guys next week on the Drew Report.